Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week. Hopefully, again, fingers crossed, it worked last time, so we'll keep just trying to do the read for now and then hopefully incorporate some other things in if I get time to figure out how meditations might be recorded and put together. Then we'll do that. All right. So we came through the eclipse. I hope you had a good weekend and it wasn't too intense. We ended up with a flu bug in our house, so I didn't do much of anything. So I always take that though as like a sign from my body or my, guides, and take a break and just rest. So that's what I did. A lot of sleeping. Um, yeah. So just really knowing that these energies, this eclipse energy, carries right through till the next lunar eclipse. I didn't look up the date because I'm awesome today. Not really prepared because I've been just, like resting and not really doing a whole lot. So, the energy is going to be continuing to be intense. Lots of emotions. So, really, again, we're still working through a lot of this shadow material that's coming up. Like I said in last week's video, it's not so much about us as it is the collective energy is at a intense peak. So there's bound to be lots of emotion. I still think it's going to be a bombardment of information and disclosure coming our way over these next 2 weeks. Um, the veil's thin because we're heading into Samhain and the whole um, season where the veil is very thin to begin with, and now we're adding this extra energy. Um, and I just feel like, I know for me personally, I wasn't entirely sure if I had a flu bug because it was kind of strange in that I just had an upset stomach and I felt like achy and tired and I had a headache and those sorts of things, but I wasn't really sick. So I don't know if it was just the intensity of that energy coming in. So we just, gotta keep focused on staying grounded, staying centered, realizing we're gonna be extra sensitive. I was saying that to a friend the other day. I'm just like so intuitively uh, heightened right now that it's almost too much. So trying to do your best to stay grounded and not let it, wobble you out of balance kind of thing. Just honestly, I feel like the world and us, if we can just spend our days in heart center, focusing on peace, that's, this is the best we can do. And it's necessary right now. That one jumped out. All right, what are we looking at this week? Funny, the moon, with the lunar eclipse coming up, and that it's always on the new moon and the full moon. So this is just letting us know, like, yeah, this is happening right up until this this full moon comes up in a couple weeks here. Um, the card says, "I use my intuition and intelligence to guide me at all times." Yeah, we're being um, so guided to just making sure we are listening to ourselves. We're not putting a lot of stock in what other people are saying because holy crap, like even like sage spiritual teachers that I've followed for a long time sometimes are saying things and it's suddenly not resonating and I'm like, why are they taking this path? Like they're taking the doom and gloom path and it's bizarre right now. Like that's the only way I can describe the energy is so it's just a reminder to return to self and like, you know, reminding yourself we're the child of the universe. We have all the intelligence of the universe within us. Lots of discernment is needed and just really keeping ourselves in that state of grounded, focused, centered, heart centered, um, action, but also watching the reactions, right? So not like jumping off the handle, taking time to like balance your energy out. I just want to see if there's anything else in the card. Not really. Just that, it's just important pointing out the moon is really important right now in terms of us um, keeping our balance um, till that next full moon. So, and again, the moon also has a lot to do with third eye and intuition. So, um, you know, that's just going to continue to amp up for all. Oh, interesting. I think we've had this card before, but uh, we got the potential card. I like this card too because it's sort of like a lot of this deck has a lot of the chakra colors in it, whereas this is like more the white gold light. So, that we're reaching the pinnacle point of our potential. So that's awesome for this week. So just keep same thing I just said, keep heart centered. It's interesting in this one because I would almost say the the young person in there um, at heart center. It's not so much. I wouldn't say the inner child because the look on the face is very concerned and quizzical. So I'm thinking this is more just like it is that I feel like it's just saying, yeah, be the observer and be skeptical is not the word. Um, be discerning about everything. Discernment, right? Just watching and being the observer, not taking anything personally, and staying in that uh, element of peace as much as we can, right? Well, there's very little with everything going on that we can do. Like, we're not going to put boots on the ground physically and go into situations and things like that. So we have to use what we have, and that's our energy, and we have to use it wisely. So um, we need to be sitting in prayer and meditation and keeping the frequency in the peace, ease, grace, love vibe, right? Rather than like absorbing ourselves in the lower energy or trying to even shoot too high for higher energy and just like bypass it altogether. Just want to be centered and grounded from a heart space. Okay, our portal card is Seraphim's Gateway, Voice Activation, Angelic Attunement, Divine Support. Interesting, because as soon as I said this, I was just like, I'm not connecting with this in any way, except that it's really interesting because I've been hearing tones and music and things like that. Just I'm like, where is that coming from? Like, so I don't know if that's been happening to you as well, but I think it's just saying like, look, we're getting upgrades, um, we're getting these higher frequency tones that sometimes we catch and sometimes we don't. So just allowing that frequency to come in and change, what it needs to change, and not again being in a state of peace and grace and knowing that it's divine support coming in. So all right. Well, that's the sum up or the intro for the week. Let's take a look. We are going to look day by day this week and see if I can, because I want to test editing that together. So let's take a look. All right. Taking a look at Monday. Yeah, it's really interesting. I chose the Keepers of the Light and the Angels and Ancestors. Just I always think they're good cards to read with. And then for whatever reason, I never use this deck for this kind of reading because the Life Purpose deck by Doreen Virtue. But I mean, I usually use it when I'm doing readings for people because it helps point out, career and stuff. But I feel like this week we're kind of all in that questioning phase of like, what is it we're doing here? and um, and I just feel like these cards maybe might help explain some things. So that's why I chose them for reading for the week. We'll see if it rings true. Ooh, too. Okay. So the first card up is for Monday is Serapis Bay Ascension. I just asked, like, what are we doing here? Well, we know we're heading into the ascension. We don't know how long it's going to take, but the key advice for this one is move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. Perfect. That's good. That's what we need to be doing. And this last couple of weeks, that's all we've sort of been focusing on and having revealed to us, not just revealing, like pulling back the veil on the world, we're pulling back the veil on ourselves and who we truly are at, at our core of our soul. So also it's like that part about the dark, rise above the darkness. It's not serving us to stay down and participate in what's going on, um, or let it drag us down in particular. So just kind of like, again, focusing on raising your energy and just knowing the light is here. The best way to like shine it bigger is to allow it in. All right. We also got Warrior, which is be fearless and stand strong. This again, just like I feel like a lot of, and we'll get into it when we get into this next couple cards, is this is just about us not going into that dark place and staying there. So rising above all, because there's so much fear energy on this planet right now. That's not going to stop. It's actually going to increase. I hate to bust everybody's bubble, but we have to keep that frequency high and utilize the light. So part of the light is that we have to invite it in as well and allow it. Like we came to be the vessel for this basically. So we have to do that heart-centered work where we're like allowing that light to increase in vibration and shine. That's how the ascension process happens. And there has to be enough of us doing it for it to like fully take effect. So they're just saying, keep working on this stuff, stand up and don't be afraid. And the big one is, again, we've got to watch this fear energy. We got, for the life purpose cards, we got our author, which is you have a book inside of you. Make the time to write. That's the piece I'm going to take out of this. So again, the tools that we have to help us day to day are journaling, meditation, because we also got the crystals card. Your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. So this is purely not about a life purpose like the cards are designed for, but this is them telling us, utilize the tools you have. We have crystals, we have writing, we have gratitude journals, whatever our process is, but to help you stand and stay in the light and not be in fear. Monday looks like a good thing to do is work with crystals and do some meditation and do some writing. So that is Monday.